This being the further readings of the arcane understanding of the revelations through St. John in the book of Revelation. In chapter 14, verse 1, I begin. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers, harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song, but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. John now sees the Lamb, the resurrected Christic soul, standing unified of pure heart with 12 times 12,000 believers, having their third eye activated in their forehead, the 12 astrological signs being represented. John then heard various mystical sounds from within, being vibrations, trumpeting news of various things. John heard these vibrations as if it were a new song, being the first time he had awakened to these heights, and he realized that no one could learn what was sung except for those who were redeemed from or had the full gnosis of earth, esoterically having lived the gnosis of earth exoterically. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgin. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. These Gnostic ones had practiced the art of tantric yoga sect, and thus were not defiled with sex, did not fornicate, which is simply the biological action of the baser orgasm action. Thus, all were virgins of pure intent and action. These are the ones that follow the Christic path, wherever it leads, gnosising all things in an enlightened manner. They were all born as souls experiencing life in a human biological suit and succeeded in awakening their soul, the id, from behind the wall of the superego. They were not of egoic nature, having developed their virtues to the point of being without fault when examined by God, and all within and without. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. There was another messenger appearing that carried the everlasting word of gnosis to be taught to all that dwell on earth, to every nation, tongue, person, and those of kindred spirit, saying with a loud voice, fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of water. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. The announcement was made in a lightened manner to fear God, give glory to him, for the judgment hour has arrived. So worship him who made all things as only all can, overseen by Lord Melchizedek and divine ones. Then another messenger announced that Babylon, confusion, those trapped in the confusion of the digital matrix, beholden to the artificial intelligence hive mind, is no more. That great city within the mind, with the particular frequency imprisoned within that frequency of the digital matrix, Babylon confusion, because she figuratively made all nations drink of the wine, intoxicant of the wrath, truth, and or psychologically suppressed anger of her fornication, wherein the act of orgasm drains the endocrine system of balanced nervous system hormones, thus allowing for the emotional state to spiral downward to the baser biological state, such as that of animalism. That is no more. Babylon has fallen. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. The third messenger followed them, announcing clearly, if any man worship the beast, and the beast we know, my dear and esteemed viewer, those of you who are astute, paying attention in class, the beast is none other, the first beast is none other than organized religion. Organized religion. Let me say that a few times.
Organized religion.
Organized religion.
Organized religion.
Organized religion.
And his image, that the narcissistic action and reaction of self-image or reflection of the self, and has received a mark in his forehead, baptismal sign of the cross, or in his hand, identification of some sort, be it a tattoo or an implanted microchip. These people shall then drink of the wine, intoxicant of the truth of Om, which is poured without being watered down into the cup of Om's unbalanced aspect that must be balanced. These people will thus be tormented with fire and brimstone, the truth coming from all sides, creating a realization of truth that is like the sting from a bee in rapid succession, or even a centipede. A centipede sting is 100 times more venomous than a wasp. Don't I know that? In the presence of the planetary messengers and the Christic ones, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. The torment they suffered from the hail of light created a smoke that ascended forever and ever, not being able to rest day nor night, as could none of those who worship the beast or his image, or whosoever had the mark of the name of the beast. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. This is how the patience of saints comes about for those who keep the truth of the divine grid programmer, infinite prime creator, the hidden one of Egypt, amen. And the faith of Jesus becoming Christ. Retribution is ohms due to fluxionic imbalances seeking redress, and the saints, awaken and wise ones, gnosis this. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth, yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. And a messenger told John to write, blessed are the dead who die into the Lord from henceforth, those that annihilate the egos and awaken their true being. Let it be known that the Spirit says that the saints, as with virgins, pure of heart and intentions, may rest from their labors, trials and tribulations of working on the chakras. And they will be known by their works, which are always with them, just as karma can collect debts or pay out conscious credit. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. This astronomical sign is one of those that points to some possible end of days scenario and can be better understood by investigating the ascension to New Earth, the August 26, 2022 solar flash. Prophecies. The golden crown is always representative of the activated crown chakra, which starts as intuition and moves onto discernment towards sentient being. In very deep and ancient metaphysics, part of the reason that we are here experiencing life as a soul in a human suit is to awaken ourselves so that we can become solar entities and move about the cosmos without restrictions. The cosmic karmic order needs solar entities to continue the expansion process. Om is. This could be indicative of the 144,000 chosen. Thus, the metaphor that the time being right and the solar entities identified and thus sent on their way. Another messenger with a sharp sickle came out of the temple in heaven. Yet another messenger came from the altar, having power over fire, truth, and cried out to the other that held the sickle to thrust in his sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of earth, that which grows upon and in earth. For her grapes, growing organisms are fully ripe, have grown to the maximum readiness possible. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth and gathered the vine of the earth and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse bridle, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. So the angel with the sickle thrust it into the earth, gathering up all those thereupon and casting them into the winepress of the truth of the divine grid programmer, of the truth of the infinite prime creator, of the truth of all. Amen. The hidden one. And the winepress was trodden, and blood came out, filling up the land, even to the horse bridle height, by the space of 1,600 units of measure, 16 being the numerical value of the tower falling. This was a further arcane understanding of the revelations to St. John, and that was from chapter 14. That was the entire reading of chapter 14. If you wish to hear the other chapters with the arcane understanding that was revealed to St. John, please hit the subscribe button and leave a nice comment.
Namaste. Namaskaram.